See, what we have done is the complete female reproductive system. Now the question comes, the questions are, the first question is, ki, what are gametes formed or how are gametes formed? In case of female, the gamete is ova or ovum. So how it is formed? Second thing is, what are the hormones involved or which hormones are involved and how they affect the gamete formation. Second thing is within the hormones only, how they affect the sexual development, secondary sexual development of females. The third thing is, the third question comes, ki sperms they enter into female reproductive tract. Okay, they enter into female reproductive tract, right? So if female reproductive tract got sperms, what will happen? Okay, if sperms enter into female reproductive tract, so in if yes and if no. So if yes, what will happen? If no, what will happen? Okay, yes, maybe at what time it is entering, that depends. See what will happen, what are the consequences. Okay, so if sperm are entering into the female reproductive tract, if yes, if it is entering in ideal condition, it will lead to pregnancy. It will lead to pregnancy. But if it is not entering into ideal conditions or if it is not entering at all, what will happen? It will lead to menstruation. Okay, it will lead to menstruation, that is menstrual cycle, right? So all these effects are basically dependent on each other. They're all interlinked. Okay, unlike in case of males where we have done separately कि gametogenesis हो रहा है, hormones हो रहा है, वहां पे भी हमने लिंक किया था. ओके वहां पे हमने लिंक किया था, लेकिन वो जो लिंक किया था हमने, वो बहुत एक क्लियर पिक्चर थी हमारे सामने कि इस टाइम ये हो रहा है, इस टाइम ये हो रहा है, इस टाइम ये हो रहा है. ओके एंड हाउ दे आर लिंक्ड. पर इन केस ऑफ फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ट्रैक्ट और फीमेल रिप्रोडक्शन, ये सारे के सारे प्रोसेसेस एकदम लिंक्ड है. गैमीट फॉर्मेशन हॉर्मोन्स के साथ एकदम लिंक्ड है, एकदम बिल्कुल इंटरडिजिटेटेड है. दोनों टॉपिक्स आपस में एक दूसरे के बिना नहीं पढ़ सकते. हॉर्मोन्स को मेल्स में भी नहीं पढ़ सकते हैं, लेकिन वहां पे हम समझ लिए थे कि इसके बिना ये हो सकता है, पर यहाँ पे एक दूसरे के बिना हम नहीं समझ सकते. Okay, so there we have studied the topic separately. Here there will be mixture of topics. But before that, to make the topic easy, what we'll do is we'll do the structure of ovary. Okay, till now we have seen that the ovary is primary reproductive organ or primary sex organ in case of females, but we have not seen what is the structure of ovary and what is present within the ovary. We have seen the size of the ovary is around 2 to 4 centimeters and all, but we have not seen anything else. So what we have done is I'm making a small diagram of female reproductive tract. So the female reproductive tract, it included the uterus, fallopian tube, cervical opening and the vaginal opening, right? Apart from that, the main secondary sex or the primary sex organ, that is ovary, right? So we are talking about ovaries. Now if this ovary we see in detail, what do we see? That ovary is something like this. The structure is something like this. Okay, now the structure of the ovary, the first thing is this complete ovary, it is covered by same what we have done in the males, seminiferous tubule. Seminiferous tubule was lined by the cells called as germinal epithelium, which were cuboidal in nature, which were cube-like. Similar way, even the ovary, it is lined by the cells which are cuboidal or cubical in nature, and this epithelium is called as germinal epithelium. It is called as germinal epithelium. If I'm saying germinal epithelium, means each cell is acting like the germ cell. Each cell is acting like the germ cell and they will give rise to the ova. Right. Next thing is this complete germinal epithelium. It is covered by another layer which is called as visceral peritoneum. Now, if I say this green color cells are my germinal epithelium, I can say that this complete red color, this pink color layer is visceral peritoneum. It is visceral peritoneum. peritoneum. Okay, so visceral peritoneum is the outermost layer. Inside that, the immediate cellular layer is germinal epithelium. Correct. Now, below the germinal epithelium, there is again a layer. Now, below this layer, there is again a layer of, you can say, connective tissue. And this layer के लिए term क्या था? Tunica. So, and this layer is called as tunica albuginea. Now, this word you have heard before also in case of testis. Now, in case of testis, we have said that testis is covered by 3 layers. The outermost layer was tunica vaginalis. The middle layer was tunica albuginea, and the innermost was tunica vascularis or vaculosa. Right? Now, here the same way tunica albuginea is there. There, tunica albuginea, it was formed of connective tissue. Here also, it is formed of connective tissue. So, it is a layer of connective tissue. Okay. Done up to here. Next thing is this complete area is called as the area which is there within the ovary is called as stroma. Okay, this complete area within the ovary is called as stroma. Now stroma, it has an outer layer. It has a outer layer which is called as, when you have done any organ, what you have said, ki the outer part is cortex. Of any organ, you have said the outer part is cortex, and the middle part is obviously medulla, right? So if I say this complete part, this is the outer part, this yellow marked, this is, if I say this complete is cortex. Same way we have done in other organs, adrenal cortex, adrenal medulla, kidney, renal cortex, renal medulla. It is present everywhere. In each organ, the outer part is called as cortex and the inner area is called as stroma. So if I say this is the middle part, inside it, this is this stroma. The inner white part is the stroma. Okay, so the outer part is the complete part is stroma, the outer part is cortex, and the inner part is medulla. Now what happens is, initial stages, at the fetal stages, in the fetal stages only, this complete germinal epithelium will decide how many oogonias will be there. Okay, and after that, no more oogonias are formed after the birth. Whatsoever has been formed in fetal stages, only those are there. After that, no more oogonias are added. Now, what are oogonia? Comparing with the males again, हमने क्या बोला? In males, they have germ cell. Germ cell divide again and again to form spermatogonia, if you remember. Okay, compare with males, it will become easy. It will form spermatogonia. Same way I'm saying, there's a layer of cells lining here which is called as germinal epithelium, and each cell is germ cell, and these germ cells will give rise to oogonia. Same way. So I can say that this germ cell is giving rise to oogonia. And what I said further, ki spermatogonia will further on, the one spermatogonia, the type B spermatogonia, which will proceed with the complete meiosis, is called as spermatocyte, primary spermatocyte. Similar way, in the same way, exact same way, I can say in females, germ cells are there. They will give rise to oogonia. Now, oogonia, the one which will continue the meiosis, that is primary oocyte. Wheresoever spermato word was there, I have said primary. Right? Same way here also, that the germ cell, it will give rise to many cells which are called as oogonia. They are also called as egg mother cell. Okay. Now, some of these egg mother cells, same way where we said some of these spermatogonia will continue meiosis. Here I am saying some of these oogonia will proceed meiosis and they will form, let's say these are the cells. This is one of the cell which is going to proceed with the meiosis. Okay, now what will happen? here there were lots of cells which were forming oogonias, and therefore it is called as egg nest. Let's say that there were germ cells, they were forming after mitosis, they were forming lots of cells, and these collection of cells is called as egg nest. Now out of these cells, what happened? Few cells they came, I'm drawing only one. Okay, few cells they came and they will proceed with meiosis. Now along with meiosis, there we said that this complete process, it is nourished by the cells which are nourishing our Sertoli cells, who are helping our Sertoli cells. Now if I say that this is primary oocyte को help करने के लिए there comes lots of cells which start surrounding it. एक तरीके से protection बोलो, nourishment बोलो, कुछ भी बोलो, that there comes lots of cells जो कि इसको layer करना शुरू कर देते हैं. Okay, so प्राइमरी oocyte क्या हुआ, कवर हो गया बहुत सारे सेल्स से. इन सेल्स को बोलते हैं ग्रैन्युलोसा सेल्स. क्या बोलते हैं? ग्रैन्युलोसा सेल्स. अब जब कलेक्शन होती है किसी सेल्स की तो हम क्या बोलते हैं? सी, दो वर्ड्स हैं, एक है वर्ड टिश्यू, एक वर्ड है फॉलिकल. जिन्होंने पहले पढ़ा है उनको पता होगा. सी, मैंने बताया हमेशा जब कोई सेल्स कलेक्शन होती है और वो सेम ओरिजिन, मतलब सेम ओरिजिन से हुए हैं, एक ही टाइप के सेल्स हुए हैं और अब उनका फंक्शन सेम ही है, तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? टिश्यू. द ग्रुप ऑफ सेल्स विद सिमिलर ओरिजिन एंड फंक्शन इज कॉल्ड एज टिश्यू. बट जब कलेक्शन होती है सेल्स की लेकिन अलग अलग सेल्स हैं, मतलब कि अलग टाइप के सेल्स हैं, उनका अलग फंक्शन है, तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? फॉलिकल. सेम वे इफ आई एम सेइंग कि इसके अंदर एक सेल है जो कि आगे मियोसिस से ओवा बनाने वाला है और इसके चारों तरफ सेल्स हैं जो कि इसको नरिशमेंट प्रोवाइड करने वाले हैं, तो क्या हुआ? फंक्शन अलग अलग हो गया, इनका ओरिजिन भी अलग अलग हो गया. एक जर्म सेल से है और एक नॉर्मल मैट्रिक्स के स्ट्रोमा के सेल से है. तो ग्रैन्युलोसा सेल्स टुगेदर विद दिस प्राइमरी oocyte इज कॉल्ड एज प्राइमरी फॉलिकल. अब इसको क्या बोलेंगे? प्राइमरी फॉलिकल बोलेंगे. प्राइमरी फॉलिकल के अंदर क्या है? एक तो प्राइमरी oocyte है और साथ में क्या है? उसके चारों तरफ कवरिंग में ग्रैन्युलोसा सेल्स. साथ में कवरिंग में क्या है? ग्रैन्युलोसा सेल्स. अब ये सेल्स क्या करते हैं? जितने भी फॉलिकल सामने आते हैं जिनको प्रोसीड करना आगे, ये सारे के सारे फॉलिकल्स बनाने लगते हैं. ये सारे ओगोनिया आके फॉलिकल बनाने लगते हैं, सबके साथ में सेल्स एक्यूमुलेट करने लगते हैं और ये क्या बनाते हैं? प्राइमरी फॉलिकल. इस टाइम पे फीटल स्टेजेस में ही ये सारे के सारे फॉलिकल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. अब सपोज बर्थ हो गया, फीमेल का बर्थ हो गया. बर्थ के इमीडिएट बाद तो गैमीट बनना शुरू नहीं होता है. The gamete formation starts very later at puberty. तो birth होने तक, suppose let's say I say कि there were millions of these follicles, 2-3 मिलियन ये follicle थे, तो birth होने तक इनमें से आधे से ज्यादा follicle degenerate कर जाते हैं, मर जाते हैं. Okay, so what happens? Let's say if there were millions of follicles, out of these millions of follicles, only 60 to 80,000, only 60 to 80,000 survives. कितने बचते हैं? सिर्फ 60 to 80,000 जो ये फॉलिकल्स हैं, प्राइमरी फॉलिकल्स हैं, वो बचते हैं हर एक ओवरी में, हर एक में बोल रही हूँ 60 to 80. ओके, सो व्हाट हैपेंस कि फीटल स्टेजेस में ही ये सब हो चुका है. जर्मिनल सेल्स जो हैं वो ओगोनिया बना चुके हैं. ओगोनिया आगे प्रोसीड कर चुके हैं प्राइमरी oocyte बनाने के लिए. प्राइमरी oocyte को कवर कर चुके हैं ग्रैन्युलोसा सेल्स टू फॉर्म प्राइमरी फॉलिकल. ये सब फीटल स्टेज में हो गया. सारे के सारे जिन्होंने भी आगे मियोसिस जाना था, सबने क्या किया? प्राइमरी फॉलिकल बना दिया. लेकिन उसके बाद फीमेल का हो गया बर्थ. बर्थ होने के प्यूबर्टी तक आधे से ज्यादा ये प्राइमरी फॉलिकल डीजेनरेट कर जाते हैं. क्या कर जाते हैं? डीजेनरेट कर जाते हैं. दिस प्रोसेस ऑफ डीजेनरेशन इज कॉल्ड एज फॉलिक्यूलर एट्रीजिया. इट इज कॉल्ड एज फॉलिक्यूलर एट्रीजिया. Okay, so the total number of follicles which remains in each ovary is 60 to 80,000. And the process of degeneration of these follicles is called as follicular atresia. इसके बाद क्या होता है, जैसे ही प्यूबर्टी में आनी स्टार्ट होती है, प्यूबर्टी आ जाती है, what happens, अब इमेजिन करो कंडीशन सेम लाइक मेल्स, पिट्यूटरी ने क्या किया, गोनाडोट्रोपिन रिलीज करना शुरू कर दिया. क्यों कर दिया? क्योंकि हाइपोथैलेमस ने उसे बोला. हाइपोथैलेमस ने क्या किया? GnRH रिलीज किया. So same way, the exact same way, I'm relating it. कम से कम ये साइकिल हम 2-3 बार करेंगे. GnRH was released by hypothalamus. हाइपोथैलेमस ने GnRH रिलीज किया, जो कहाँ गया? एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी के पास. एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी ने क्या किया? It released gonadotropins. कौन कौन से gonadotropins हैं? FSH और LH. अब FSH का काम आता है. FSH का फुल फॉर्म क्या था? फॉलिकल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन. करेक्ट है, हमारे पास तो प्राइमरी फॉलिकल पड़ा है ओवरी के अंदर, तो बहुत सारे पड़े हैं. कितने? 60 to 80,000 फॉलिकल्स पड़े हैं. अब ये फॉलिकल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन, इट विल कम टू ओवरी एंड विल एक्ट ऑन प्राइमरी फॉलिकल्स. किस पे एक्ट करेगा? प्राइमरी फॉलिकल्स पे एक्ट करेगा. ओके, प्राइमरी फॉलिकल्स पे व्हेन इट विल एक्ट, it will stimulate these follicles. Now the question is whether it will stimulate all the follicles or whether it will stimulate only one follicle or whether it will stimulate 2-3 follicles. Okay, the answer to the question is it won't stimulate all the follicles. It can stimulate up to 5 follicles. हो सकता है 5-6 follicles stimulate हो जाए. Okay, so what happens? Let's say कि हमारे पास बहुत सारे follicles है. If I draw 2 follicles. Okay, let's say I'm drawing 2 follicles. इनमें से let's say कि सिर्फ एक पे ही एक्ट किया. ये कौन सा हार्मोन? फॉलिकल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन. सिर्फ एक पे एक्ट किया. किस पे एक्ट किया? लेट्स से इस पे एक्ट किया. अब इसके साथ क्या होगा? When the follicle stimulating hormone will act on this follicle, primary follicle, ये क्या हो जाएगा? Stimulate. Stimulate का मतलब क्या हुआ? What is the meaning of stimulation here? The stimulation meaning is it will collect more and more cells. It will collect more and more cells. Now what we were saying, more and more cells means कि इसके अंदर already हमारे पास प्राइमरी oocyte है. प्राइमरी oocyte के ऊपर अगर मेरे पास पहले 2 लेयर थी, now there will be lots and lots of cells which will be surrounding here. It will start collecting granulosa cells. More and more granulosa cells around it. Okay, so primary follicle gets surrounded by more layers of granulosa cell, and now you call it as secondary follicle. Now you call it as secondary follicle. Secondary follicle will then change into tertiary follicle. Now what do you mean by tertiary follicle? See, this follicle, it is stimulated by the FSH. Further on, what will happen? These follicles will give a space. How you can understand this part is, suppose there is a person, suppose there is a person X here, and he is surrounded by certain other persons. Okay, he is surrounded by other persons here all around it. Okay, now what happens? Instead of this, now suppose what happened कि यहाँ पे this area where the 2 layers were there started a gap forming. Okay, कभी अगर स्कूल में डांस परफॉर्मेंस देखी हो, so what happens, they form the circle and slowly the circles will start forming the gap. अगर पहले सर्कल इतने क्लोज थे तो एक साइड से अगर मैं गैप क्रिएट कर दूं तो ये क्या हो गया? ऐसा हो गया. तो क्या हुआ? यहाँ से 2 सर्कल्स के बीच में गैप आ गया. And here was this cavity kind of structure formed. The gap formed. Same way here also the cavity is formed. Okay, exactly same way here also the cavity is formed. Here I'm erasing this stroma part. What will happen? What we have seen, secondary follicle है. Secondary follicle धीरे धीरे it will turn into tertiary follicle. What will happen कि इसके अंदर primary oocyte था, जो granulosa cells से उनके बीच में gap आना शुरू हो गया. तो कुछ cells जो हैं कुछ सेल्स जो है वो प्राइमरी oocyte को कवर करके ही रखे हैं, बाकी के जो सेल्स हैं there are certain other cells which are showing this gap and they are forming the structure like this. So I can say कि ये वाली जो लेयर है, ये जो लेयर थी सेल्स की और ये जो लेयर थी सेल्स की, इनके बीच में गैप आ गया. लेट्स से ये वाली लेयर सेल की है और ये जो है इनके बीच में बहुत ज्यादा गैप आ गया. So what will happen? This cavity in the middle, this cavity has been forming. It has started forming. So this follicle is now called as tertiary follicle. This follicle is called as tertiary follicle. This cavity which is formed here is called as follicular antrum. Antrum means cavity. It is called as follicular antrum. Okay, and this cavity is not empty. It is filled with the fluid. So it is fluid filled cavity. So this secondary follicle, it changes into tertiary follicle which has a fluid filled cavity which is called as follicular antrum. Further on, this tertiary follicle, the cavity will grow and grow in size. It will grow too much in size, and what will happen? This cavity will, there are certain cells which are surrounding it. Let's say these are the cells, and it has grown too much in size like this. So the cavity has grown large in size, where you can say that the oocyte which was inside, it is completely pushed to one side, and here is the fluid filled. This cavity is, the cavity is formed which is completely filled with the fluid. Okay, and this follicle, is it at its mature stage? Now it is completely mature. You can say it as mature follicle. We can say it as mature follicle, or we can say it as Graafian follicle. We can say it as mature follicle, or we can say it as Graafian follicle. Okay, this cavity is follicular antrum and it is filled with the fluid which is called as, do you know the fluid? It is called as follicular liquid or Leaker folliculi. Okay, it is called as Leaker folliculi. So this is Leaker folliculi, means the fluid which is filled in the complete follicle, that is Leaker folliculi. Now this is called as Graafian follicle or mature follicle. Now what happens at this stage? At this stage, slowly what will happen? This complete Graafian follicle, it will leave the oocyte. Okay, इसके अंदर जो oocyte है उसको छोड़ देगा. Now what is the oocyte here? Till now we have not seen कि इसके अंदर oocyte के साथ क्या हुआ. Till now we have seen just कि oocyte जो है ये पूरा इसका maturation, ये पूरा follicle है, इसके साथ क्या हुआ. Means we are just seeing कि बाहर से जो granulosa cells आ रहे हैं इनके साथ क्या हो रहा है कि पहले एक ही लेयर थी, फिर दो लेयर आई, फिर बहुत सारी लेयर्स आ गई सेकेंडरी फॉलिकल में, फिर टर्शियरी फॉलिकल में उनके बीच में गैप आ गया, and the gap completely, the cavity completely increased in size and it completely got filled. That is called as follicular antrum filled with Leaker folliculi. अब तक हमने सिर्फ फॉलिकल का देखा है, इसके अंदर oocyte के साथ क्या हुआ है वो नहीं देखा है. There are transitions which are going inside the oocyte also. वो हम मियोसिस में देखेंगे, अभी मियोसिस जब करेंगे. ओके, इस टाइम पे जब ये मैच्योर हो जाता है, ये इस पूरे के पूरे इस टाइम पे इसके अंदर ओवम बन चुका होता है. ओके, ओवम बन चुका होता है और इस पूरे सेल्स के मास को छोड़ देता है, निकाल देता है. So it ruptures. Okay, this part ruptures, and what happens is from the ovary, the ovum will come out. From the ovary, the ovum will come out. The ovum won't come alone. Ovum won't come alone. It will come with certain other cells also. it will come with certain other cells also, which were in direct contact with this ovum. Next, what is remaining? This complete other part is remaining. The other part which is remaining is this complete follicular part. This complete follicular part, and it is filled with certain amount of fluid. This is called as corpus luteum. This is called as corpus luteum. Okay. Finally, this corpus luteum, it will fill with fluid, more and more fluid. It will become enlarged. It will become enlarged a bit because of fluid filling inside. It will collect certain amount of fluid, and at the end it will degenerate. At the end it will degenerate. Okay, so this is fully matured corpus luteum, and the last, when it started degenerating, it is called as corpus albicans. Okay, so what has happened is there was primary oocyte along with the granulosa cells to form primary follicle. When FSH comes, the hormones come at puberty. FSH hormone stimulates some of the primary follicles, and these primary follicles start accumulating more and more granulosa cells to form secondary follicle. Secondary follicle, then the cells of the granulosa cells, they will separate. They will form a cavity between them, leading to a fluid filled cavity which is called as follicular antrum, and this cavity enlarges, pushing the complete oocyte at one side and forming a large cavity filling with the fluid called as liquor folliculi. This is called as mature follicle or Graafian follicle. Then ovulation will occur. The remaining part of the follicle is called as corpus luteum, which will get filled with more and more fluid to become mature follicle, and later on even it has blood clots in it. Okay, this follicle, the mature follicle, also has blood clots in it, and lastly it degenerates and forms corpus albicans. So this is the complete structure of ovary, what is happening inside the ovary. Okay, we have not seen how the gamete is formed, but we have seen what is happening inside the ovary.